wherever you are watching us from, good evening.
It's time.
Strap yourself in because we're set up, switched on, and ready to go.
Good evening, Ward Aliyah 98. Welcome to the Mentors Show. It's the Mentors Show.
Subscribe to the African Coaching and Mentorship Initiative YouTube channel. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter.
You're welcome, Ward Aliyah. Where are you watching us or joining us from? Where are you joining us from? It's the Mentors Show, ladies and gentlemen, and good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are watching us from. It's the Mentors Show, and we are back. We are back again on the Mentors Show to inspire you. We are back again on the Mentors Show to help give some teaser through the experience of our guests on this show to inspire you, to help you to reinvent yourself and to make impact. We are concerned and we are concerned on you making impact. Welcome, Precious. Welcome. Good evening. Good evening. We are very concerned on this show that you need to make impact. You are significant. You are very important. You are a VIP. You are a very important personality on earth. And that is why you need to make impact. You are only you. You are peculiar. You are one in a billion. You are one in a billion. And so everyone that needs to know this, and that's why we are concerned that every person should make impact on earth because they are one in a billion. There is no other kind of person like you. And that is why we are concerned on this show that everyone needs to make impact. Everyone needs to just go out there and be a change in their community, in their country, and on their continent. It's very important. I'm very, very passionate about that. And tonight, it's going to be great. We're expecting our guests tonight, Aproko King, the award-winning on-air personality and comedian. Hey, he's in the house. Our guest in the house tonight. It's going to be great tonight. We have our guests in the house already tonight. Excellent. Excellent, 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 excellent. So Precious, how was work today? Hey, the man himself is in the house. After you can see, after a very busy day, you look as if you should not go and sleep somewhere. Well, good evening, good evening. Thank you for coming on our show tonight. It's it's very interesting that we just met not too long ago, and I was saying one day you will come on the show. I didn't know it would be so soon that you're going to come on our show. It's great. Welcome, Santos NBG. Welcome. It's the Mentors Show, ladies and gentlemen. We have in the house tonight, King High Standstone Boy. Welcome. We have tonight is our Mentor Show, and on this Mentor Show we inspire people to make impact. We inspire you and help you to reinvent yourself. Everyone needs to reinvent themselves. Everyone has a place in their lives in which they can become better. They can become improved. I want to improve. All of us want to improve. And that is what this show is all about. And more importantly, on this show, we want to inspire you to make impact in your community. You are the source of the problem in your community. So you need to look around, look well in your community, as we have said on this show before. Look around. As you walk in your community, open your eyes and see the problems, and you are the solution. You don't need money. It's for you to first take the responsibility that you are a very important personality to solve that particular problem. And we bring guests who have experiences, who are making impact in their community and all around the world. So tonight we have in the house our special guest, who is Mr. MC Flexi, known as Aproko King on social media. Is an on-air personality, a person who is what I'm doing tonight through Instagram is not is used to it. He's an on-air person. He's used to talking on the radio. He's used to talking to people without seeing anybody. He's used to just talking and blabbing away and blabbing away and blabbing away without seeing anybody. And he's engaging and making positive impact even on his radio station where he works. And he's also a comedian. Very interesting. He's also a comedian doing great things. And like I said in the intro, he's the only herbalist that believes in Jesus and is born again. He's the only herbalist that is born again that believes in Jesus. So, welcome tonight, Mr. MC Flexi. Welcome to the Mentor Show. Let's go for it. Who is Mr. MC Flexi? These are all nicknames. So let's know what's behind the masquerade. Who is behind the masquerade? MC Flexi.
All right. First of all, I will apologize for coming a few minutes late. It's supposed to be for 8 p.m., but I came after 8.
Wow, no problem.
I just closed from work. I've not even cleaned up.
Wow.
So I said I would just join this for the 1 hour. Thank you, sir, for having me. My real name is Felix Agwethiowere. I'm from Warri Delta State, Warri South. I'm a Rubo boy. Now, my stage name, I'm popularly known as MC Flexi, the Aproko King. Now, I'm on air personality with the only Pidgin English radio station in Warri called Boko FM.
Boko?
100.5 FM. Yeah. And I'm also a comedian and Abinoma Ozula, the also normally. Okay.
Interesting. So, how many years have you been with Boko FM?
Okay, I've been with Boko FM going to 4 years now.
Four. Yeah, thank you. DKV says that Jesus is highest. Yes, so. Invaluable man, welcome, DK73, welcome. Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. Now, it's been your name from Urobo and everything. Now, how did you come about, or maybe before I even go there, let's go back and let me not jump. Let's take it easy. We know you're just coming from work, but you're going to get benefit from you tonight. Let's go back. Take us to Felix at 10 years old. What were you thinking? What were you thinking? What were your heroes? Who were you, looking up to? And what were you hoping to become?
Okay, I never intend to be a comedian or an on-air personality. Right from my 10 years, I've always dreamed of being an engineer.
Engineering, interesting.
Yeah, that's what I went for schooling. I graduated from Delsu, being an electrical engineer.
Electrical engineer.
As God may have it, He has His own way of doing things. I'm thinking of being an engineer, but I like talking too much.
Okay.
With my family, I always make people laugh. I always make people happy. That's the part of me. I just felt it's my life, but I never knew that's the road God is leading me to. Yeah. There's this slogan that says, men propose, God dispose. Yeah. So, I graduated being an elect, and today I happen to be a comedian and an OEP. As I'm talking to you right now, I sit for WAEC again.
Okay.
Make sure I go for my mass come. Cover it up.
So you want to, since you've moved into that place, you want to.
Yeah. I had to cover it up because education doesn't have age. That's
Yeah.
just the truth.
Yeah.
So I had to cover my job up with my results to back it up. So that's me. So 10 years ago, I never dream of or think of being a comedian or an online personality. I never thought of it. I thought of being an engineer, and you know how life is. It's not easy for Nigeria and this side. Anybody will feel succeed for Nigeria. At the time, because the COVID-19 don't do right from when they born us. Only the COVID-19.
Right from where they.
When they born us. Because even the country we did have COVID-19.
Oh, the country that COVID.
Yes, now to survive for Nigeria and COVID-19 you go through. It's not easy at all. So let's live those past life because if we ever put story of our past, we know come on.
No, the good thing about it is that for every person, you see, while you might not look at it, there is what you dreamed of and what you were hoping to be in the past has a, like you rightly mentioned, has a pointer to what you are doing now. You mentioned fully now that when you were younger, even though you wanted to be to study electrical electronics, and you did went to study electrical electronics. However, like we've been saying on this show, with many of our guests that have been on this show, we see what they went to study in school might not necessarily be what they will use to make impact in the society. However, it has its own place. It has its own place. So for me, if I say okay for you now, it's elect to comedian. So you need to write a book from electronics to comedian to comedian. So the point is that it all has its own place. It also has, it's part of the process, like we'll see on this journey. It's part of the process. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you are watching this show tonight, we have our guest, Mr. MC Flexi Aproko King, and he's telling us about the story of his life. And perhaps you too, you are looking at the story of your life and you are saying, this is not what I want to become. But you see, there is opportunity to still become anything you want to become. All you need, which this show is all about, is reinvent yourself. Have a change of mindset. Believe that you can pivot from whatever you are doing now into something new. And I like what you said, MC Flexi, when you said that going back to school to study mass communication, because that is where you find yourself, where you are surviving, where you are thriving, where you are winning award, you are talking to people, you are inspiring people. Every day you are thinking of how can I make life better for people, and them listening to you on the radio, they get that, they get it, they get inspired for them to continue to live their lives. So it's a great job because you are impacting, you are impacting the populace all over Warri and anywhere where your state radio broadcast is any state where it gets into. You don't know how somebody might be so down, and when you speak and you come on the show and say, hey, it's MC Flex, and you see, they get brightened. I remember, and one of the points which, again, I think is very important is that the fact that you are even is a pidgin English station, it just thrills me, because I remember vividly while in Port Harcourt, I used to listen to Wazobia FM. Yeah. And you see, that is it. You are reaching to the people in the society. Those are the real people in the society. Those people who didn't go to school, but you are helping to bring life to them, helping to tell them what is happening, and communicating to them at their own level. So I think it's a great job that you are doing. So, ladies and gentlemen, the key point, like I said in the intro, this show is meant to help you to pivot to go to the next level. So, for whatever level you are now, like Aproko King, there might be a need for you to go back to school to go and do WAEC. There might be a need to go back to school to go and do upskilling one course to cover up and to get new knowledge to be able to make impact, more impact in whatever and wherever area you find yourself. Interesting. And like I said, electronics actually helps in what you are doing now. It polished it, it fashions it. If you didn't go to school, the way you are doing what you are doing now will not be that. It helps you, it gives you a courage, it gives you a confidence, it gives you the ideas. Perhaps you are thinking in your mind, oh, red cable, white cable, yellow cable, oh, blah blah blah, and with that you can come up with a skit with red, blue, yellow cable.
And we start working on it. Yeah.
So you get the point. It gives you that flair. And also, even on the show, you might be surprised that the other day I was watching. I think it's. I'm sorry for mentioning this. Is it? What's his name now? Frank Donga. One of the recent skits he did, in which a guy is young. He said his younger brother came to look for a job. It's always about employment. His younger brother came to look for a job, and the younger brother, who he said is always pressing phone, he said, "You are always on the phone, always pressing phone, always pressing phone." The boy said, "No, I'm watching YouTube. I'm watching how to DIY. I'm watching YouTube how to DIY." Now, they came to look for a job. What the boy watched on YouTube, the DIY he watched on YouTube, how to repair fridge, how to repair things. They said, sorry, there's no AC. The boy said, I can do it. And the boy did it. They said, oh, give me water. There's no water. The dispenser is not working. The boy said, I can fix it. He went to fix it. At the end of the day, it was the younger brother they gave job to because he added value. So he added value more than just... And the point I'm making is that your elect gives you knowledge. It gives you a different... And you know what to do with your cables, with your seat, your equipment, and everything you are doing in the studio. You are on top of it. So there's always value in everything. No knowledge is lost. No knowledge. All right. Okay. Well, that's a good one. That's a good one. Go. So now, if knowing that you are able to talk and you are able to bring laughter, at what point did you now had this break into standing up as an MC? Because I believe maybe that's where you both started from before you go into
being an MC.
Okay.
I started from my village, Oguno community.
Okay.
In Warri here. That's where I started from my family. Let me say my uncle's child's birthday, 1 year birthday.
Interesting.
I started doing it. Yeah, I started doing it, and people were happy when I was doing it, laughing. From there, I crossed over to friend's daughter's birthday. All this I was doing it for free.
Pro bono.
For free. Yeah, so I did a lot of it until I met one guy called Baba Kume in Warri. He's a very, very popular comedian and MC. So I started following him up. I followed him for 4 years.
Interesting.
I served him for 4 years. So when I could stand up to talk on my own, to MC on my own, I started doing it for 500 naira then.
Interesting.
500 naira.
How many years ago is this one now?
That was like 8 years ago now.
Interesting.
8 years ago. I was doing it because everybody wants the best. Then I was not the best. I was not the best. So I started doing it for 500 and then begging people, blah, 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 and all that. So to cut the long story short, we had 2 comedians in Oguno then I was looking up to. One was my cousin, the other one was a far family. They used to do the thing locally in my community. So when I came into the business, I was young, so everybody wanted young blood. I was able to take over because one, I was educated.
You see?
They were not.
You see?
So I can speak very, very well. So most times when Shell come to my community, they want who to talk to them and anchor. I will just come out and do it.
Interesting.
I just do it freely, without stress. So instead of the community going out to carry people to pay, whenever they had anything, they just call on me. From there, I started developing.
Interesting.
I started working on myself because the thing started coming. And money started coming in little by little, little by little, little by little. So then I worked so faithfully with my boss, Baba Kume. No, so for this side, you know, easy.
Mm.
If you work 10,000, they will
Mm.
give you 200.
Mm.
Big one. Because you dey learn the work.
Mm.
You know? We were about 4 then that he was teaching, but the rest grew angry and left. Because the money was small. They were looking at the money. But me, I was not looking at the money. I was just walking and walking and walking.
Mm.
So that was how I was able to stand after my university days. I was able to stand. I started getting paid 20,000, 30,000 to anchor event because my English was clean and my vision was sound. So I always mix the two together. And I'm funny. I'm very, very funny. And most of my jokes go through the Bible because I always studied Bible.
Interesting.
Then one of the jokes that blew me, that brought me to limelight, was when I saw in the scripture that God spoke pidgin English. Yes, it's in the scripture. I saw it, that it was fun. When I saw it, I shouted in my house. I said, wow, this thing there. So I went to one church when they invited me. I told them, the pastor refused. They said, if I can show it, and to God be the glory, I opened the scripture. The pastor had to read it himself.
And read it, tell us now, wait, what is the scripture? Tell us.
Okay, if you are with your Bible there, Ogana, you go read that.
I go read them. I get Bible here.
Yes, now you go read that. So you open to Galatians 5.
Galatians 5. All right.
King James to hope is King James.
It's King James.
Yes. So Galatians 5.
Mm.
Verse
Yes.
10.
Verse 10.
Yeah.
Interesting. So Galatians 5 verse 10, it says, I have confidence in you through the Lord, that you will be none otherwise minded.
Yeah.
But he that troubleth you shall bear his judgment, whosoever he be.
What is that?
Whosoever he be.
Whoever it be. You get, so this is the scripture that blew me everywhere. And I was so popular with it because many people did not take note of that. But it's in all the King James version.
Whosoever he be.
Whoever it be.
And he be now you're now preaching now.
So most of my comedy comes through the scripture. That's why I'm so different.
Interesting.
So that's how I blew up. I became very popular in Warri and Delta State.
Interesting.
That's how it happened. So going to the radio, I wanted to be, when I became very popular in the comedy and the MC industry, I wanted to reach out to more people. I I think of how can I go to the radio? So then, the radio have this how will I call it? If you don't go through mass communication, they just believe you can't fit into their ethics.
You can understand the ethics. Yeah.
Yeah. So because one, they don't want you to break the NBC rules.
Yeah.
So they are very, very careful. Do you understand? So when I wrote to the first station, Crown FM, I told them I wanted a live show. And they said, okay, they billed me 150. Then I was not having money. I had to carry concrete, this normal concrete. I had to hustle the money. Okay, so far will not be play. I hustled the money. I gathered the 150. I went to the radio station. I gave to them. When I gave them, that's when, after they collected the money, they said, I'm going to do a recorded program. I told them I don't want recorded program. All I want is a live program.
It's a live program.
Because I want to reach out to audience. So they refused. I collected the money back. I kept it. So I started doing my own normal MC job and all that. From then, I'm going to chop money small now because life's not easy. We're going to chop the money, they go small. Luckily for me, I went for one event. It's an old boys association event. I went. I did pidgin and English. In fact, God used me that day. It was something else. I I've never thrilled like that. So one guy walked up to me, his name is Mimi Okumagba. He walked up to me and said, I like your English. Why don't you go through radio? I just told him open. I said, okay, now the radio are the 5%. So he said, which radio? I said, Crown FM. I said, I've gone to Crown FM in Warri, but he said I would do recorded program. And I want live program. He said, okay, I shouldn't worry. I should follow you. So we just entered his car and we drove to his office. We just sit there, I think about after 5 in the evening. He just called the owner of the radio and said,
Oh, the Crown FM.
Crown FM.
Wow.
Yeah. It's owned by Ben Okotiebo.
Okay.
Yeah. So he just called the guy. I never knew both of them met in UK. They are friends in UK.
Interesting.
They just called the guy, told the guy, he wants so show and all that. The guy asked us to come see him. So we went there to see him. The guy started talking NBC rules and all that. I said, okay, yes, I'm a comedian, and most people are scared of employing comedians because some have vulgar jokes, some can't control their words. I said, but okay, I'm a gospel comedian. I'm not just an ordinary comedian. I'm a gospel comedian. So there is no way I can use vulgar words. It's not possible. The guy said, okay. That was how they approved it. I started doing street talk with MC Flexi every Saturday from 4 to 4:30. I was doing street talk on Crown FM. I started doing that. So every 4 to 4:30, I started hitting it on Pidgin. And the advert started coming in for that 30 minutes. So the owner that bought that time for me started making too much money.
The guy that took you there
started making too much money on me.
Wow.
Giving me peanuts. But I don't care because I have
He has given you what he wanted. He has given you the audience here. Yeah.
He has given me the platform I want. So I started pushing. So I worked for 2 months. The owner of Crown FM came to me and said, he would like me to work with him.
Interesting.
He said he want to open a pigeon radio station. So he would want me to work with him. I said, Oga, no problem. You go tell my Oga first too. So I went to Mimi Okumaba. I told him, I said, Oga, this person wants me to work with him. He said, it's a good idea. That's a good one. He told me I'm going to blow up, blah, 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 blah. So we accepted, Oga. The next week, they put me to learn how to control the pedal and all that on the radio so that I can be driving myself. So I drove that day. I was able to conquer for 3 hours. Imagine somebody that's using 30 minutes. They gave him 3 hours. He will do the best. So I used all my whole might and power to do. The thing shut down Warri.
Wow.
So the person that bought the time for me heard about it. He called me and said, why did I go for the 3 hours? I said, Governor, you say make I go now. The thing brought out problem again.
Wow.
It wasn't easy. This one, he now said I would never go to the radio station again. Then I never knew it was the work of the devil to bring me down. I started praying. I started sowing seeds. The little money I would raise, I would sow seeds and all that. I started doing it. For 6 months, I never go close to radio again.
Wow.
Because he had to even sue the owner of Crown FM that he wants to thief his artist. I don't know where I have a sign artist.
But you didn't sign with him now?
I don't know where I have a sign.
Oh, God.
So it wasn't easy, the devil really fought. I stayed for 6 months. I started crying, praying to God. God, I said one day, I said one day end.
Wow.
I started crying. So after 6 months, the owner of Crown FM, after he has opened the Pidgin English station, Boko FM, he sent for me. He said, am I still ready to work? I said, yes. I said, I'm ready to work for him. So he said I should go cover one shift for somebody. That was how my breakthrough started.
Wow.
I went to cover a shift for 2 weeks. Imagine I was covering this shift. Something told me, whatever money they gave to you, don't eat it. That's what I was told. So after I covered for the 2 weeks, I went home because I was not expecting any money. 3 days after, the owner called me and said, did we give you money? I said, no, sir. He said, come. I went to his office. He put money in an envelope. He just gave it to me. I did not even count it. I just had to take Keke straight to my church. I dropped the money on the altar. I never knew how much was it
inside the. Wow.
I just dropped it. I left. After that day, the whole story changed.
Wow.
as a permanent staff. I worked there for just 2 months. I took over Warri and Delta State. I took over the radio station.
Wow.
And that was where they gave me the Afro King.
So they now, the people that named you. In the Bible, it says the people at times people call them Christians. Now the people now call them. So now these people now call you Afro King. Give you the name.
They were the one that gave me the Afro King. So whenever anybody calling, they'll just Afro King. From the morning shift to the night, everybody will be waiting for my shift. Because I work from 4 to 7 p.m., 3 hours every day, Monday to Friday. So everybody had to wait. To the extent, my boss thrust everything on me, and I was the last to start working at that station. But today, I've been the best. Awards every day, and all that.
Wow.
But I give God all the glory. It's not my power.
Wow. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the lifestyle, Becky, welcome, Step Up, BLK, and all the people who are here. Kutile Go Music, welcome to the Mentor Show. We have our guest on the show, Mr. MC Flexi Afro King, the award-winning on-air personality and even a person making great impact as a comedian, of repute. And he's been telling us about his journey of how he went into being an on-air personality, being an MC. And there's a key point I think I want to underscore, which you have mentioned in your process, in your journey. And I think, ladies and gentlemen, if you are listening to us or you are watching this back as a replay, these are important things that will be necessary for you to be successful in life, for you to be able to pivot to the next level. While you are telling us about your story, you mentioned the fact that you started by offering pro bono services, free of charge to family members, doing things for family members. So it's always good that if you're going to be offering a product or you're going to be offering a service, first do it pro bono. Let people have a taste of it, and that as you are having a taste of it, you are honing your own skills, and people are getting to know you. So that's a very important thing I think you shared with us. The second point there is that you went to go and study under someone that is better than you. You know that this thing, I'm a rookie. I don't know anything about these things. You went to do apprenticeship. So, ladies and gentlemen, is there any skill you are looking for? Is there anything you want to go to? Is there any level you want to move into? Look for people who will accept and that you can be an apprentice under them and learn. Learn the ropes, learn some of these things. But it's not easy to be an apprentice, because you mentioned to us there of the peanuts you are being given. The peanuts are nothing. But because you were dogged, you know what you are looking for. You overlook all those things. So another point there is the issue of patience. For you to become anything in life, you need to be patient. And that's another point I mentioned to us. In addition to patience, is humility. You humbled yourself. The other people who were apprentices with you, they left. They couldn't just stomach it. And today, they will be saying, he did something. Whereas it was humility, it was patience that helped you to learn the rope. So there's always a process. Whatever anybody wants to become in life, there's always a process. Like somebody said, on my Facebook page, I put it there. I think it's this man, Bob Proctor. He says, success leaves traces everywhere. Success leaves traces everywhere. All you need to do is to look for the traces and follow it. And you look for the trace in that man who was already a known comedian, and you followed and you learned the skill from him. But more importantly, you have told us also today that God himself is a pidgin God. God spoke pidgin. I've never heard that before. Now you say in Galatians 5 and 10, say whosoever he be. But I'm very thrilled. I'm very thrilled that the journey you have gone through, particularly in the aspect of being able to pivot from MCing to being a comedian, and now to move from being a comedian to be an on-air personality. You had a goal. and you work towards, and it's very challenging. Ladies and gentlemen, nothing comes cheap. Nothing comes cheap. You had our guest telling us tonight, his first money to even get a radio show, 150, he went to hustle, to carry concrete, to do all the labor work, to save that money. Nothing comes cheap. And you might need, like we had on this show, the first guest we had on this show told us something similar to what you are saying, and that is my coach in music, MC Frank Edwards. He was the first person we had on this show when we started in May, and he told us then that your phone, you might be using a very expensive phone, and you're looking for money to do something. You might need to sell your phone to be able to get money to go to what you want. So it's for you to look at, assess. You have everything you need. So I think it's just been mind-blowing already. All the things you have shared with us. Life skills, practical life. For me, it's more like it's a mini MBA. Teaching us those things, practical life skills that can make people to pivot, to go to the next level. Now, let's come to this point. We normally ask our guests this question. We are talking about sparking creativity. So we know as a comedian, as a person who is talking, you have to be creative. How would you define creativity?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you.
I'm trying to hear you. I can't hear you.
You can't hear me again?
Let me try and get.
So, ladies and gentlemen, it's just been wonderful that our guest tonight, Mr. Aproko King, has been telling us how he welcome Don Tochais, Austin Stone, official Debong Goli, comedian Funny Timo, DJ Prince Walex. Welcome to the Mentor Show. We have our guest, Mr. MC Flexi Aproko King, telling us how the steps and the process he took to become successful and be making impact that he's making today. He has told us in his lifetime that we need to learn from other people. You need to learn to go and be an apprentice, to learn from people for you to become that which you want to become. He has told us of the need for patience. There is a need for you to be patient. It's told us the need of being humility. There is a process for everybody. For whatever you want to become, there is a process you need to go through in life. And you need to learn from and through your own process. So we are waiting for our guest. Technical, I think the internet just took him out there to join us. So it's very important that, like we have on this show, anytime we bring guests who have experience, and from their experiences we learn. We learn how to pivot, how to move to the next level in our own lives, in our own situation, in every. And I think I'm very touched about Aproko King's experience of after studying electronics and having a degree, and now he's an on-air personality. He's going back to get education to put him in the area of mass communication, where he finds himself, of the job he's doing now for the past 4 years with Boko FM in Warri. And I think that's very important. So upskilling, learning new skill is very, very important. Or making the skills which you already learned to be better at it is very, very important. We are waiting for our guests to join us back. Let me play the intro again.
Strap yourself in because we're set up, switched on, and ready to
Please
go.
wait a few minutes before you try again.
Welcome. I'm Dr. Olusola Ajide, your host on the Mentors Show, where we inspire you, help you reinvent yourself, and to make a positive impact in your community, in your country, and on your continent. We mentor people across Africa. We bring you guests with inspiring life stories who are themselves transformation agents, making a positive change in their profession and nation.
Okay, let's see what's happening.
Subscribe to
Maybe
the African Coaching and Mentorship Initiative YouTube channel.
we might need to end this session.
Instagram, Facebook, and
I'll save it and we'll come back in again. Let's see. let's share to IGT. Ah. There's a problem on interesting. There's a technical problem. Oh. Oh, very interesting. It means we're going to lose all the. Oh, no, this is painful. Okay, well. Interesting. Wait. It says, please wait. Perhaps. Interesting. Wow, wow, wow. Tonight is. We've had a great time tonight.
It is time. Strap yourself in because we're set up, switched on, and ready to go. Hello, welcome. I'm Dr. Olushola Ajide, your host of the Mentors Show, where we inspire you, help you reinvent yourself, and to make a positive impact in your community.
I just need to restart my phone. Wow. Well, it's been a wonderful time with our guests, Mr. Aproko King. We've learned so much. But Instagram has had problems, and we will just we'll try and connect again with our guests. Interesting. What a journey Mr. Aproko King has gone. There's always a sacrifice for whatever anyone wants to be in life, and I think that has been underscored in his life experiences. Whatever you want to be in life, there are processes, and there's a process to go through. Could you refresh the feed? Confirm your phone number. Interesting. Okay, what's the okay. 87236. Oh, 87236. Wow. Well, we're going back live. Apricot King, we might need to. Well, ladies and gentlemen, well, I couldn't save that live conversation on Instagram, but we have a recorded version of it on our Facebook and YouTube channel, and so it's quite unfortunate. Still researching on how to save whatever is shown on Instagram to direct as it is. I'm still researching on how to do that. So Apricot King can join us back again. We've had a wonderful night, actually. We've had a wonderful time of conversation. Wow. There's a price for everything. Hey, welcome back, Apricot King. Welcome back. Hey, welcome back. I don't know what happened to Instagram. I don't know. And you know, I was trying to even save to the extent that Instagram has lost the video. All our conversation, I couldn't share it. It's just I've lost. I have to restart my phone all over because Instagram just said there's a problem. There's a so.
I had to restart also.
No problem. But we've learned great things. We've learned great things about your experience in life. We were at the point of asking you to define what you would define as creativity. How would you define creativity?
Okay. Creativity, first, it's what comes to your mind positively. What comes to your mind positively and how you act on it. That's what I define as creativity. What comes to your mind positively and how you act on that thing that comes to your mind positively. Now, when this whole pandemic started, I wasn't that strong on Instagram because I faced and focused on the radio work I was doing.
Okay.
So I wasn't that strong on Instagram. So I think it was June, if I'm not mistaken. June, I was at home, so I was just thinking of how fake prophets and let me say some bad people use the name of pastors to dupe people.
Okay.
Like they will pretend to be pastor and be duping
people. Yeah.
Pretend to have in church and be duping people. So I was just thinking of it going through my mind so strong for like 2 days. So I was like, if these people can dupe people, they can dupe people using the name of pastor or Christianity to dupe people, then why can't I use their own means to win people to Christ also?
Interesting.
I started thinking of it until this Baba.
Your internet again has gone. Well, ladies and gentlemen, our guest is still telling us about Isonguyo. Welcome. Real Blink Rose, welcome.
Stuff came to my mind.
Okay.
Came to my mind.
Okay.
At first I was scared. Like, you know, before the church I went to with my mom and all that, you know, so it gets on church, there's a big band demon where so they believe so much on demons and all that, to the extent whereby if you want to act devil's sin on the church, the church drama.
Yeah. Our guest is having issues with it. What is very interesting, we're looking at his own concept of creativity, and it's a very interesting definition. What comes to your mind positively and how you act on it. That's our guest tonight's definition on creativity, and he's giving us an example.
You get
Yeah, I think you are back.
that, sir?
Yeah, here now you are back now. So
Okay,
you are
can you hear
thinking
me now?
of we are always thinking of demons in those churches when you want to act
Yeah.
scenes. Yeah.
Yes, and then if you want to act a drama in church, mostly if you want to act devil scene, they'll say go pray, go fast and pray before you go out and make the demon enter your body. So those fear now came into me. But when I started thinking of the messages from my president, Reverend Dr. Chris Oyakilome, I knew that it is what I permitted that can come into me. It's not possible for anything to enter me. It's not. It can happen. The only thing that is in me is the Holy Ghost. So it can happen. So I came up with the idea of Baba Eleguchi preaching Jesus through that their own pattern they use in deceiving people in the church. That's when I came up with that native doctor stuff. When I did the first one, it didn't go far. But I still push because another idea came in again. I still push again to the extent somebody, one of my actress I'm using, came to me and said, make we stop this thing because you can't dream what I dream. I got dream say the demon they pursue you, they do this. I said, my dear, bullshit. No demon can chase me. This is how I want to preach Christ to the people. So that was when Christ gave me that word. Now Jesus be highest. So any skit I do with the Baba Levishi skit is to preach Jesus with that native doctor attire. So the thing start going viral. People start laughing and liking it. And at the end they will get the message that it is Jesus that is above
That is the
all.
highest.
So the thing became used to people, even Muslims. It became used to them. But even children start using it. Now Jesus be highest. Now Jesus be highest.
Wow.
Who is saying that? They'll say it's that Babalawo that is saying that Jesus be highest. Babalawo that is having Jesus. It was comic, but they get the message.
They got the message that Jesus is the highest.
Yes, creativity is what you have or what you get positively and you act on it. So many people get different creativities in their heart, but they refuse to act on it. Until you act on it, it won't be creativity. If it's in your mind, it's there. But merely you act on it, it becomes creativity.
Interesting.
That's it.
Thank you very much. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it's very interesting what our guest is telling us tonight about his own perspective and definition of creativity as what comes to your mind positively and how you act on it. And he's stressing the aspect of creativity. In other words, it means everyone, I believe that everyone is creative. And the point our guest is saying tonight is that many of you watching tonight, or you are going to watch this replay, perhaps there are many things that comes to your mind that you would have made you to make positive impact in the world, but you did not do anything about it. You didn't act on it. You just thought it was a flimsy thought, as it were, and you didn't do anything. Now, he has told us between June and now about this, and that is a great new addition to all the things you've been doing before. It's a new thing, and which has brought more people to know about you, more people to know about Christ, and more people to continue to know that Jesus is the highest. And I think that is excellent, is great. So, ladies and gentlemen, what is it and how do you want to pivot to the next level? You need to listen to what are the ideas coming to you. What are the things coming into you? What are the positive ideas coming to you? And how do you act on them? And just to underscore what our guest is saying, interesting, like I told you, this mentor show, our first show was in May 14th, in which my music coach, Frank Edwards, was our first guest on this show. I've been following him, mentoring for the past almost 3 years, since 2017, in which we are in the part of the Insta Choir. And I've been talking about this issue of, he knows I have this passion for Africa and everything. But I was thinking, what can I do? I was supposed to go to a mentorship with some of my students, which I have in Botswana. This year, I plan I'm going to go there for a youth conference, empowerment conference. But see, COVID struck, and I can't think of going. So what could I do? Okay, the idea one morning just came. Why not start an Insta live session in which you bring guests and they will be able to help use their stories to help mentor other people, to teach other people, and that's why we are here today. And that's why we've been doing this since May, and we have had a series of guests on this show. We've had Frank Edwards, MOG Music, we've had Shoma Chigel, we've had the Prof, MC Abbey, we've had Mike Abdul, we've had Shegalink, we have had Shegalink on this link, we've had Music Magnets, we've had Rotimi Keys on this show, we've had great people, even from South Africa. Emmanuel Bonoko from South Africa. We've had people from Zimbabwe. We've had people from, and it keeps going. So the point we are saying tonight, ladies and gentlemen, if you are watching this live, is that there's something you can do. There's an idea coming into your heart of how you can make impact. Act positively on those positive ideas coming into your heart. Don't wait, say until you get money. You don't need money. All you need is an idea, a good, positive idea. And act positively on it, and you see yourself making impact and pivoting and going to the next level. Wow, what a great experience. Interesting. Now, this issue of Baba Elegushi, so where is that going to lead to? What is the end game or end plan for that?
Okay, Baba Elegushi has...
I'm sorry, what is even Baba Elegushi?
Okay.
What is the meaning of Elegushi?
I don't be Yoruba person, though. I don't know.
Because Elegushi is in Lagos. It's Elegushi beach. Yeah, in Lekki. So when you say Baba Elegushi, that's what people say. Elegushi is in Wiz Khalifa. Welcome. Coca Lion, welcome. It's the Mentor Show. We have our guest in the house, an on-air personality and a comedian of repute. Thank you. Yes, go ahead. What is it,
Okay, the Baba Elegushi came up when I was doing the first acting. I was just doing consultation, being funny, getting words and all that, just playing with it. That was how the Baba Elegushi came up. And most times, if I'm trying to do, like, say, I want to do incantation, I would do Elegushi. So one of my friends was here, why you not just use her as Baba Elegushi so that we sell more? I said, well, all these Baba Elegushi, what I want to sell now, Jesus not the highest, not the I want to sell. So all this name not concern you. They said, well, it will be easily accessed. I said, okay.
Which is good.
We started pushing it. That's how the thing came up. So going to the ending, this Baba Elegushi stuff is just to preach Christ.
Interesting.
That's it. So when this answers of the thing came up, let me talk about the answers. Let me just digress a little, sir. When the answers of the thing came up, I was at home. The first day people went, second day, I was not going. So something just struck me and said, why don't you wear your Baba Elegushi clothes? Take good attention in the answers. If I go there, go to answers, now people go say, I'll be rich juju. The thought was like, no, you're not be juju, you are using it to preach Christ. So if you go there and talk about Jesus with it, it will capture everybody.
To say,
I said, really? So really the thought came in, I just say, I'll go tomorrow. That's what I told myself. So that night, my friend called me and said, MC Flexi, I want to use your Baba Elegushi thing to go and protest too. I said, sure. I said, wait, I'll call you back. That's just what I told him. I sat down and said, God, let me say this thing will work.
He's confessing, yeah.
So the way I think out, another person, they will think out to me. Meanwhile, I get out, go get another person, I said, no, I must use her. That was how I carried it. I went there. So when I went to the NSAS, then NSAS was going on in Warri for 2-3 days. But it's not known. They've not picked it. They only picked the one in Lagos and Abuja. So when I burst out there, I started using my native doctor attire, praying in Jesus' name. NSAS in Jesus' name. NSAS in Jesus' name. So people started videoing, people started shouting, how come?
Baba
answers in Jesus' name. You understand? So the thing went viral. That is
Wow.
what sold Ori, and that is what sold me.
Interesting.
No blog, every blog carried it. Insta blog, Tunde Noto, Linda Ikeji, Boss Niger, Boss Ghana, even Ada Eri Moses.
Yeah.
She had to post it. Everybody, Shannon picked it. AIT picked it. Everywhere.
Interesting.
You get.
Wow.
So when I Google and immediately I go into Google and say Babalawo in Warri, they will just show me
Interesting.
that Babalawo in Warri preaching Jesus. So that was how that name of Jesus went viral through that stuff. But imagine if it's a pastor with suit and Bible doing that. It won't go viral.
It's not part of the it's too normal. This one is unconventional. It's too normal. You are expecting him to wear suit and tie.
Yeah.
If he doesn't wear suit and tie, you will say no, it's not.
After that day, I was thinking, I said, God, how come? Why this? He now referred me to a scripture in the Bible. I couldn't get it. He said, be wise as the serpent and be harmless as a dove. Be wise as the serpent. The devil is so wise. That is why he's using fake prophets to destroy the world. So we have to be wise as him. If you feel they use native doctor go wear suits, carry Bible, enter church, they deceive people. Me, I go wear the native doctor thing, enter shrine, go preach for people.
Wow.
That's just my own.
Wow.
That's just my own. So that's why I said the first thing is to get the idea. God will not give you money.
Yeah.
God will not give you car. God will not give you house. The only thing God will give to you is idea. And that idea is bigger than money. That idea is bigger than anything you can think of. Immediately you act on the idea. Every other thing will follow suit.
Yeah.
Money will follow suit. Fame will follow suit. I remember acting on this Baba Legushi stuff. That's how I became so popular. And people started following me. People started supporting me.
Interesting.
People started supporting me. I started getting gifts and favors on Instagram. People I don't know. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So the first thing is to get the idea God gave to you. I told my friends, stop praying for cars. Stop praying for money. You don't need all that. Relax, sit down and think. There's an idea God gave to you that will bring money.
Yeah.
That will bring car.
Yeah.
That will bring everything.
Yeah.
This was my lecture. I started with a phone. I started with a phone. I started videoing it with a phone. I'll tell my friends to video me. That's how I started it. With an Infinix phone, small one. I was pushing it. Today now, some people will call me and say, take this money, shoot, take this money, shoot. That's how we started shooting with cameras, renting cameras and shooting. We've not gotten our camera.
It will come. It will come.
But it will come. Surely.
It will come. But and do you know this point you are saying at this point, and I can see it now, even though I asked for the end point, I see from this point you are telling me and this story you are relating now, I see a film industry. I see yourself. I'm not seeing vision. I'm not saying I'm seeing vision. No. I'm just based on this storyline of what you are seeing and what God is leading you to, and if God is putting into the heart of people to give you money to say go and shoot, and you are renting camera. I see a time comes that you have all the cameras, you have a studio, you have everything, you have your own place, you have everything, a studio, you have like Mount Zion Film Institute now that you have Mount Zion Film. They started by this same thing you are saying. They now have recording studio, they have a radio station of their own, they now have a school, so I see by the mercy of God yourself becoming like that, in which you'll be able to be talking about having all the equipment for the shooting. You'll be talking about, getting people, equipping them and telling them. Because interesting, like I told you from the beginning, everybody has a package which God has given to all of us. And for you, somehow, God took you through the route of electronics, and He has brought you into media, into communication, journalism, and things like that, and the aspect of as a speaker, as a IMC, you are speaking, and now he has added to it just within this period. He's added to it this Baba Elegushi, which is even now bigger than those other things. All the things he has been giving to you, and I see it as part of a package. Is a package. So each of them is an industry. Each of them. So you are already an holding company. You're already an holding company. You're already having the radio aspect is a business, is a company on its own. The MC outside is a company on its own. Speaking MC is a company on its own. The issue of comedian is a business on its own. Baba Elegushi now coming into the picture is a business. So you're already a holding company. These are all 4 companies built into one person. So it's now for you to now, like based on the idea like you're talking about, to now sit down and create a formal structure. Create a formal structure. Register a company for Baba, the Baba Elegushi acting and acting something. Register a company for the comedian's business event. Register a company for the speaking events, because you have the giftings to speak as an international speaker. So register as a speaking event in which you'll be teaching people how to speak, how to get confidence. There are people, you can see that all this, and also the issue of radio and everything and on-air personality is also a business. Because that knowledge you have can be monetized. So these are 4 businesses in you alone. And so it's for you to now go to the next level of registering, take it serious, and register each of these businesses. Why are you doing that? You are getting prepared. Because opportunity will come for you to use this company to do business. Opportunity will come. So when they come for Baba Elegushi, you tell them, I will send my PA, my company direct secretary will get in touch with you. That person is in charge of that business. When they come to comedian work, I'll get my PA who is in charge of that business to get in touch with you. When it comes to the issue of on-air personality, to come and I'll get my something to come and, when it comes to speaking, teaching, motivation, I'll get my... So you can see that they are great and great things. So, yes. So ladies and gentlemen, like you see what we are doing tonight is a great thing we are seeing tonight, that each person and each one of us, we have many things embedded in us. And it's for us to recognize those things and make practical steps on them so that we can pivot to the next level. You are just not an individual. You are a group. Like for you, our guest tonight, we've been able to unpack to see what I've just taken you in through tonight is more part of what our strategy session. We've been able to look at strategy and try to unpack him to show that he, as a person, is 4 businesses in one person. And it's for him to go to the next level, to pivot. Because where you are now is just still the beginning. You've not seen anything anywhere. It's for you to have your own radio station. That's what we're talking about. It's for you to have your own radio station. It's for you to have your own film industry, music, film company. It's for you to have your speaking engagement. And that is it. That for every person is for us to think of how to go to the next level. So I think it's just been wonderful. So I will round up on this aspect, because I know you have not rested. We didn't allow you to rest. So I will and we hope you're going to come again when we call on you. Now, I'm passionate about, because my research is on corporate social responsibility. So what part of how are you been using all these, your various expressions? Which social causes are you involved with, or how are you involved in corporate social responsibility, or what kind of things are you doing in the society to make other impact apart from these areas we have talked about?
Okay, first of all, most of my things I do is connected to these entertainment stuff.
Okay.
Apart from that, every 14th of February each year, I go to the
Oh, the network. So, ladies and gentlemen, our guest is telling us that about his, as him, as what he gets involved with, is social impact, is the social causes which he supports as a person. And he was telling us about all the things he's doing is in the entertainment industry. But however, the last point he mentioned before the internet took him off, wow, he has to leave, is that every February 14th he goes to the prison. So I think he's trying to unpack that before the internet took him. Voke Nana Oba Kosolo Kali Sexy 2 Good Luck 393 Prince Babadola. Welcome. It's the Mentor Show. We have our guest, Mr. MC Flexi Aproko King, all the way from Warri, Nigeria, who is doing great things and an award-winning on-air personality and a comedian who is doing great things, and also what is known as Baba Elegushi. That is the only traditional herbalist preaching Jesus, who believes in Jesus and believes that Jesus is the highest. It's quite interesting. Well, I think we just have to wrap it up tonight. There's no need of bringing our guest tonight back. We'll bring him back again on another show to unpack other things. He's told us on the February 14th, he gets involved in prison, helping those in the prison. There's more you can do in your community. There's things you can do to bring change in your community. Look around and be the change in your community. Thank you very much. I'm your host on this show, Dr. Olushola Ajide, signing out, and see you again on Friday. On Friday, wow, it's going to be great on Friday. We have a wonderful guest, Mr. Jerry Malo, who is a Nigerian and who has created his own car. He has manufactured his own car. In actual fact, he designed the car and manufactured his own car. On Friday, on the 11th of this December, Mr. Jerry Malo will be with us here, live and direct, to inspire us, to show us how he came about that and how he was being creative to come up and how he's surviving. Not only does he do cars, he has also going to agro industry. He's creating tractors, he's creating and sanitized dispensers, he's creating agricultural things. He's doing great things. So join us on Friday while we see how Mr. Jerry Malo is doing these great things. Thank you very much for today. See you. Bye.